Okay, so now we are going to marinate the lamb shank for the Rogan Josh. Here I've got about 500 grams of lamb shank. So what we are going to do, we are going to score the meat so that the marination penetrates or goes inside the meat. You really need a sharp knife. Alright. So to this I'm going to add about 50 grams of yogurt, about 20 grams of fried onion. If you want to get the perfect recipe of fried onion, crispy fried onions, which you can use for everything, just click on the link on the right side and the top corner. Alright, here I have got about ginger garlic paste, about 30 to 40 grams. And now we are going to show you how to make toasted fennel seed powder. So here I've got a cast iron pan, and I've got about 4 grams of fennel seeds. So all we want to do is toast the fennel seeds. Be very careful, it burns easily. Once you get nice toasted aroma of fennel seeds, we will transfer them in a mortar pestle or a mini grinder, whatever you have. Little spice jar you have, or coffee grinder, whatever you have, we're going to grind it. Right, it's done. So now the fennel seeds have been toasted. We're going to grind them in here until nicely powdered. We would rather do them when it is warm or hot, because then it hastens up the process. And as you grind, you'll get a nice sweet smell of the fennel seeds. If you have a coffee grinder, you can do there as well, as fine as possible. I'll try to make it as fine here as possible, but if you like, you can strain it off. Okay, I think it's done. Okay, so we are going to use half of this for marinating the meat, and the rest half will keep it in an airtight container and use it while cooking the lamb shank. Alright, so we put some fennel seeds powder, roughly about 2 grams. Okay. To this we are going to add some red chili powder as well. It is from the red chili powder that the Rogan Josh gets its color from. Some people also swear by Roganjosh, but if you don't have Roganjosh, you have the only option for you to use is the red chili powder. Just bear in mind, this is Kashmir red chili powder, the one that gives you color. It doesn't give you any spicy or hotness to the food. And finally, some sea salt. And that's it. Now we are going to marinate the meat. I'm sure in the internet there are plenty of recipes you can find of Rogan Josh, and each and every chef will swear by the recipe that they follow. This is a recipe that I learned many years ago, and this is the one I'm sharing with you today. Actually, in one of the hotels, this is a recipe they used to follow from where I picked it up. And I think that's it. So it will stay in the fridge for about 24 hours, and then the following day, at least, if you can make it at least 12 hours, that's fine as well. The yogurt is going to tenderize the meat. The spices are going to penetrate and make the meat flavorful, and that's it. It stays there for 24 hours, and then tomorrow we'll see how does it go. So we are on the following day after marinating the mutton. The mutton had been marinating for over 24 hours and now it's time to cook the lamb Rogan Josh. So we take about a tablespoon of ghee. Yeah, we need quite a lot of ghee because the oil needs to float on top, and that is the beauty of a Rogan Josh. There are numerous ways of coloring Rogan Josh. Some people they use Roganjosh. If you don't have Roganjosh, no problem. We have got red chili powder. The red chili powder that we're using today is the Kashmiri red chili powder, the one that gives color but is not hot spicy. So once the ghee is hot, we have got some garam masala over here, and along with the signature taste of Rogan Josh is fennel seeds. So along with a couple of bay leaves, I am going to put some green cardamom, just a clove, once the oil becomes completely hot, we're going to add some fennel seeds. To this we're going to add some dried red chili as well. Now to this I'm going to add about 30 grams of sugar. So the ginger garlic paste has been cooking for a while, and now we move on to the dried masalas. Here I have got about 2 teaspoons of red chili powder, 2 teaspoons of red chili powder, scant half teaspoon of cumin powder, coriander powder, and a little bit, just a pinch or few pinches of turmeric. So we're going to add the dry masalas to the pan, and whenever you add dry masalas, be careful, and 2 grams of toasted fennel seeds powdered. So whenever you are adding dried masalas, just be careful because chances are you can burn them. So what we are going to do, we are going to add some more water to it. Keep on cooking the dried masalas until the raw flavor is gone. Or as we say, the oil should float on top after the dried masalas. Now you can see there is a kind of reddish color to the oil already now that has come from the red chili powder. If you want to add more red chili powder, please feel free. There is another flour that is used for giving color to the Rogan Josh, and that is cockscomb flour that is turned into a paste and fried in oil. Roganjosh is steeped in a hot oil, and then the oil is used for giving color to Rogan Josh. As a matter of fact, Rogan Josh has got a very thin gravy. It is not a thick gravy like many Indian curries or recipes. So we won't add any nut paste or any much yogurt. There has been little yogurt used for doing Rogan Josh, about 50 grams I think, and that's it. I can really smell the aroma of the fried or the cooked spices. and there is a hint of that fennel, the smell of fennel. There are other recipes that can recommend you adding hing, but I will not really recommend hing with or asafoetida for mutton. So as the powdered masalas are cooked, now we'll add the lamb shanks. Whatever is left over marinade. So now is the idea that we coat the lamb shanks with the spices. While we coat, we also kind of give some color to the lamb shank, and then once it is colored, then we are going to cook it with garlic. So as you can see, the chilies and the cooking of the lamb shanks have imparted some color to the lamb shank. Now it's time to slow cook. We just put some water. I'll just put some salt at this point, and then we're going to slow cook for about an hour or so, and every time we need to make sure that it is well coated with water. And as I said, it's going to be a thin gravy. In case you are looking for like thick Roganjosh gravy, you can add the yogurt. You can add some yogurt at this point of time. You can add some red chili powder at this point of time. Some cashew nut powder, cashew nut paste, almond paste, just to thicken the gravy. Since we are cooking it slowly here on the pot, we need to make sure every time that the gravy is not running out of water. Alright, so let me cover and cook, and we'll see after 1.5 hours. So the meat has been cooking for a while. Let's see how does it look. So it has been more than 2 hours. We are cooking the lamb shank. The meat has fallen off the bone already. And you can see what is the consistency of the gravy, and this is it. You can finish the salt, check the salt and adjust the salt accordingly, and we finish off with a generous pinch of garam masala powder and some ghee. That's it. So this is it, ready to go. Have with pulao, have with paratha, have with roti, have with chapati, have with tandoori roti, anything that you like. That's it. Thank you so much.